I'm thirsty. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, I am back and I am better. It has been forever since Sis has recorded a video for you guys, but I am here to tell you that I'm back. I did not disappear. I'm still here. I know you guys have been asking for this video for like, I don't know, like a while. You know, and I finally got the time to shoot this for you guys. So quick update, the reason why I have been like not being consistent with my YouTube is somebody stole my backpack. So if you do follow me on my social media, you do know that I recently started college. I recently went back to school to get my degree. So Sis one day came back from school and my backpack was stolen from my car. Yes, it had my books, it had my notebooks, it had my MacBook, it had my wallet, it had all sorts of type of things. And I was so pissed off, you guys don't even understand. Mostly the things that I really cared about that they took was my MacBook and my homework. Cause Sis gotta do her homework all over again. Like, why take my... Guys, such thinking of it just makes me so emotional. My MacBook had all my wedding pictures, but alhamdulillah, shout out to my photographer. I will be getting those back, but everything else I literally lost, you guys. So that's why I have been MIA on my YouTube, because I have nothing to edit with. But alhamdulillah, my insurance is working with me to get that back. So as you guys know from the title of this video, I'm finally filming my labor video. Something that you guys have been asking for a while, and I finally found the time to film it. You know, hubby's at work and Matters with grandma, so I said, hey, you know, let me pat some makeup on my face and start filming. So there will be some clips, some footages. If you did view my recent post on my Instagram, I kind of a little bit talked about my pregnancy, so I'm just gonna recap on that. So like, if you did miss it, you're not lost. So throughout my entire pregnancy, I had a high-risk pregnancy with Mahid. Hold up, I have to search what this is called. Marginal cord insertion means that my umbilical cord that would connect me and Mahid wasn't in the middle of my placenta. It was very hard for me to give him the nutrients that he needed. I mean, every time I would go to the doctor, they would tell me, Jasmine, you need to gain more weight, you need to start eating more. And I'm like, I am trying, sis, I am trying my hardest. Alhamdulillah, during the ending of my pregnancy, like around when I was like 8 months, 9 months, I started eating like a lot, which is why I got this little belly fat, you know. Anyway, yeah, so I did start having the appetite to eat. I was like having some crazy cravings, you guys, like no joke. Anyways, but still, he was still born very small. So let's jump into the process of him being born. I remember the day before my ultrasound appointment, I told my husband the timing of it, and he was like, oh Yasmin, I can't go with you because I work that day. And then I was like, okay, that's cool, I'm gonna call up my mom. I call up my mom and I tell her I have an appointment tomorrow, can you come with me? Because throughout my entire pregnancy, I did not go to any of my appointments alone. I either went with my mom or my friend or my husband. And she was like, I can't come, I have work tomorrow too. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I called my sister and she had school. So I'm like, yo, wow, so I really gotta go to this appointment myself. But you know, I put on my big girl pants, as I got this, I can go by myself. So I went to the appointment that morning. I think it was like 11 a.m. in the morning that I went to the appointment. You know, normal appointment where they just check the baby and how his growth is, and if my water hasn't broken anything, because during that time I was entering the end of my pregnancy, so they just needed to check everything that's going on, you know. I remember I had a new nurse, you guys. Usually I had the same nurse in my entire pregnancy, but I had a new one. So I asked her, hey, where's my nurse? And then she was like, oh, she called out sick today, so I'm your nurse today. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, you know. So she's doing the usual checkup and everything, and then I can see in her face like something is wrong. But I kept telling myself, like, chill out, Yasmin, like there's probably nothing going on, you know. And then she's done doing all the ultrasound stuff, and then she goes like, I'm gonna go call the doctor in and I'll let you know what's happening after that. So in the back of my head, I'm like, when they call the doctor, that means something's wrong, because usually the nurse just lets me go after that. She just gives me my pictures and then she lets me go. But usually when there's a doctor included, I start freaking out. I start panicking. So I text my husband while he's at work, and I'm like, babe, I don't know what's going on. They're saying that they're gonna call the doctor because she needs to review some stuff, da-da-da. He's like, chill, it's okay, nothing's probably happening. So at that time, I finally got the picture of Mahid's hair, because I never had a picture of Mahid's hair. So I was trying to take a picture of it and send it to my husband. While I'm taking the picture, the doctor comes in, and she comes and shakes my hand. She's like, how are you, da-da-da, all that stuff, you know. So I'm like, oh, I'm good. Yeah, so is everything okay? She's like, so we do see that baby's blood sugar is dropping. We're gonna need you to go into labor and delivery. So at that point, my head literally like was at another place. I wasn't thinking that, oh, it's time to give birth. It was literally like it was black in my head, like total black. So she's just saying so much and I'm not like concentrating. So she's like, do you understand, after she's like done? And I'm just like, can I call my husband? And she's like, yeah, sure, take your time. So I called him, he didn't answer. So I texted him, I'm like, babe, they want me to give birth. They want me to give birth right now. They want me to go to the labor and delivery and everything. And then he's like, oh my gosh, should I get out of work? Da-da-da. I'm like, well, if I'm going to labor and delivery, obviously I'm gonna need you to get out of work. What? I'm gonna push the baby by myself? Anyway, so then at that point, and I was like, no, I cannot give birth today. Like, no, today's not my due date. Like, no, 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 no. So I'm like freaking out. So I remember, this is not my nurse and this is not my doctor. So I'm like, can you please call my doctor? I need to know if it's okay for me to go before not knowing if, you know, if my doctor's okay with it. And then she's like, yeah, I'm just gonna give her a call. She gives her a call. She comes back, and then she tells me that, okay, so what doctor wants you to do is come back on Saturday, because I think this was like a Thursday that she told me. She was like, we want you to come back on Saturday and want you to take a stress test, meaning if the baby's stressed or not, or something like that. I'm like, okay, you know, I feel so relieved inside, like, whew, I'm not giving birth today, sis. Okay, you get to go home. While she's saying that, I'm texting my husband like, oh babe, false alarm, you don't have to come, you know? Like, I just want you to take it easy the next few days, and all that. Fast forward to Saturday, I come in to the hospital, I take my stress test, and baby's good, alhamdulillah. But then my doctor says, we need you to give birth on Tuesday, which was January 16th. She's like, I want you to come in, I want you to get admitted in, and from there we'll see how it goes. So I'm like, okay, you know, I got the whole weekend to process all of this in my head. I go home, I get my backpack ready, my stuff ready, the clothes I'm gonna wear to the hospital, and everything. Then fast forward to Tuesday, I remember my whole family came to my mom's house, and they all read Quran on me to have an easy, you know, good labor and everything. You know, I felt prepared after that. So I'm walking in with my backpack, you know, on my shoulder, ready to get this birth ready and la-di-da.
Going in. Just about that time I'm starting to shit because of my beard. I'll show y'all her room. Damn flip. That's her room. This is where they're gonna do the thing. This is where they're gonna do everything. Ooh. We ready. We ready. On the shots. This is where the magic gonna happen. This is where they gonna put my son. This is where they gonna put my son. Let's get it.
You can leave your bra on if you want, but if you're wanting to do skin to skin delivery, I would personally take it off. Okay, I was just checking. Yeah, you're gonna be here for a while. Let me adjust this guy here. So I'm about bed. She said she hates IVs. No, we all. Yeah. I'm not a fan, that's for sure. I like starting them. I'm gonna lay you back with this bitch. Just like this way.
So after I got admitted in, got to wear my hospital gown and everything, started putting the IV into my hand. And I remember the IV hurting so bad, you guys. I freaking hated the IV. If you know me in real life, a small person, like, look at my hand. I'm freaking small. So they couldn't find the vein on my hand. So, like, I don't know if you guys could see it. Do you see this? There's like a black mark over here because they couldn't find it. So I literally have like a freaking scar from it. They put the IV on here, this hand over here. And that shit freaking hurted. Like, I was like, you want me to wear this the whole entire time? And she's like, honey, we need to give you your fluids, we need to give you your medicine, da-da-da. I'm like, okay, whatever. Sooner or later, I got used to it. Like, it wasn't really bothering me. I remember they were like, okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is open up your cervix, because my cervix wasn't open when I was admitted. I was only, I think, 1 centimeter dilated when I came in. Give you like this pill that they put up you know where, and that helps soften up your cervix so you could start, you know, dilating and going into active labor. So I remember at first it was easy peasy. I was like, okay, this is nothing, you know. It was like a little mild pain, you know. I was like, I could handle this. So it was like around 10 o'clock, my husband and my sister fell asleep. So I was like laying down and I was ready to go to sleep. I swear to God, you guys, I'm not even over exaggerating or anything. I started feeling pain after like 5 minutes. So I'm like, whoa, okay, so baby boy's ready to come out, you know. He's starting the process.
It's 10:35 and she still ain't give birth. She's having contractions now. Baby's heart rate. I might have to go to sleep. I'm tired. Check out again. I'll keep you updated.
The contractions were like, it was bearable. It wasn't that much pain to me, you know. I was like, oh, I could deal with this, you know. So then my nurse came back in after like an hour. She's like, do you need anything? I was like, I really want to go to sleep. Like, I'm tired. Is there anything you could give me? So she gave me a medicine. I forgot what the medicine was called, but that medicine literally knocked me out, you guys. So then fast forward to 3 a.m. on January 17th. I remember the nurse came in to check up on me. She woke me up. She's like, how are you feeling? Are you feeling any pain? What's going on? I was like, not really. I was like, I feel like bearable pain, but it's not that much. She's like, oh, okay. It's like, so I'm gonna come back 6 a.m. and I'm gonna induce you. And then I was like, oh, okay, so we're really doing this. So I'll be back at 6 a.m. to induce you and put that medicine into your IV and all that stuff. So I'm like, okay. So I go back to sleep, and then 6 a.m. came and she woke me up. So to induce you, they gotta put the medicine through the IV. So I'm like, okay, you know, go ahead. She needs, like, you know, my consent to do it. Mind you, I'm over here like chilling, like, you know, cracking jokes with my husband, you know, eating breakfast and everything. And I remember, like, after 30 minutes I was induced, I started feeling pain, you guys. Wallahi, like this pain was something else. So I told my nurse, I was like, okay, I'm feeling some a different type of pain. Is this, you know, normal? Yeah, that means the inducement is working. You're going into active labor. She's like, I'm gonna check your cervix for you. She checks my cervix, and then she finds out that 3 centimeters dilated. So I was like, oh, okay. So baby boy really coming. So she was like, just take it easy, just breathe, you know. At that time, wallahi, you guys, when people used to say the key to labor is breathing, I didn't know what they meant. I'm like, how do you not know how to breathe? Like, sis. Anyways, she was like, just breathe it out. Just know we're here for you if you need anything. After like 30 minutes, I start feeling pain, you guys, like contraction pains. Like I was like, okay, this shit is not normal. So guys, and then after that, at 7 a.m. my doctor came in and she was like, good morning, how are you, how you feeling? I'm like, I'm starting to feel the pain. She's like, I know, honey, that's what the inducement in medicine is doing. It's getting you into active labor. I'm just like, oh my god, okay. And then she's like, honey, I'm gonna break your water. So I'm like, this whole time my water's not broken? I was like, what? She's like, no, honey, your water hasn't broken yet. I have to break it because we need you to get into active labor. And then I'm like, okay. So before she could even break my water, I start feeling like the pain started getting more painful and more painful. So I told her, I was like, can you just give me a second? You know, like I'm holding onto the bed. I'm like, can you just give me a second? And then I'm starting to breathe, like I'm trying to breathe, you know, like go through the contractions and stuff. I swear to God, you guys, she literally opened my legs. She put something, I don't know what it is. She put something down there and my water broke. When I tell you, like, the amount of water came out, like it was crazy. I'm contracting while she's doing this, so it's extra painful, you know. She goes, actually, I'm gonna come back, okay, I'm gonna check up on you, I'm gonna go see another mother right now. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know. I'm like not paying attention to her or anything. I'm just trying to breathe through this contraction. While the hour keeps going and going, I'm feeling the pain even more worse and more worse. While I was in my contraction, I called my nurse and I told her, I was like, can I do the water birth? Can I get into the jacuzzi? Because I remember the night before, she was like, if you want to get on the jacuzzi, just let me know, I'll put you. And then she was like, honey, I can't let you get in the jacuzzi because you're already past 3 centimeters dilated. She said that. I was like, oh my god, I'm just trying to breathe through this contraction.
For the memories.
I need a hug. I need a hug.
The time is 8 o'clock in the morning, Wednesday morning, and she still hasn't given birth. She's contracting. Pretty much.
I was breathing through the contractions. I was really trying to cry, you guys. I'm not even gonna lie. I was trying to cry, but I couldn't cry. Like there was no tears coming out of my eyes.
Sorry, but I can't cry. Why can't I cry? Why is there no tears coming out of my eyes?
Like all I'm doing is whining at this point, you know. So while the contractions kept getting closer and closer to each other, I remember my mom walking into the room and she came up to me and she said, are you good? And I really had no like patience to talk to anybody that would talk to me. I would literally yell at them. I was like holding onto the bar of the bed and I was telling her, get away from me. I don't want to talk, I don't want to talk. And she was like, okay. And she goes to sit down, you know. And then I remember while I was contracting and holding the bar of the bed, I see my husband watching TV. So I started cussing him out and I started yelling at him to take my anger out on somebody. I yelled at him and I cussed him out. I was like, you got me pregnant and you over here just freaking watching TV while I'm in pain, da. And then he's like, baby, it's okay, take your anger out. And I'm like, shut up. And I'm just cussing, I'm cussing, da-da-da, going through contractions and just yelling at him at the same time. And then my whole family literally think they're just coming in and out the room, and I'm getting irritated. Mom and my aunt, mind you, my aunt and my mom were in the back just making jokes. I don't know if they were watching something on their WhatsApp or something. They were cracking up. I was like, get out, I don't even want you guys in this room, da-da-da. And then mom, like, she was like, it's just the anger. So she's like, you know what, I'm just gonna do what she wants me to do, I'm gonna leave. And then she gets out the room. So mind you, these contractions are getting worse each hour. And I think it was like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, around that time. Couldn't even speak, you guys. At that time, I could not speak to anybody. I just wanted to focus on my breathing and focus on these contractions and, you know, not pay attention to anybody that's behind me. So I'm just like breathing it out. And you will later see in the pictures that my nails like chipped off because I kept scratching on the bar of the bed. And like literally that would like help me because I'll take my anger out on, you know, something. So I remember the nurse came back like around, I think it was like around 11 a.m. or something. She came to check my cervix, and she's like, honey, you are 10 centimeters dilated. It's time for you to push. Just like, what? It's time? Oh my god. I remember asking her, I was like, so when do you want me to push? She was like, honey, you'll know when to push. And it's actually really true, you guys. You will know when to push. It's like another type of pain that you don't know of. Like it's like a new type of pain. So I remember I was laying down and I was like, oh my god, when am I gonna push? Like, how am I gonna know when it's time to push, you know? And then suddenly I felt this pressure, you guys. Like it was like this pressure that just randomly comes. It's like I know this sounds so gross, but it's like when you gotta go shit so bad and it just is that pressure, you know? I was like, oh my god. I told her, and I was like, okay, I feel like I'm about to push. So she's like, honey, your doctor's not here yet. I need you to hold it in real quick, okay? And I'm like, well, what do you mean hold it in? She was like, just cross your legs and hold it in. So I crossed my legs, right? And while I was doing that, the pressure kept like pushing. And I'm just like, okay, I can't hold this any longer. She's like, honey, just hold it a little bit longer. The doctor's coming. We paged her. And then like after 2 seconds, I was like, you know what? Screw it. I literally took my legs, you guys. I opened my legs, held them up, and I started pushing for my dear life. And all I remember is the nurse running. And then she comes and she grabs, like, she's like on the end of the bed, like ready to hold that baby or something, you know? And then all I remember was like, I'm pushing. And then after like that one big push, I literally black out. And then I woke up. And then I see so much light around me, guys. Like it was so bright. I see like hundreds of doctors around me. I'm like, what the heck? Where did all these people come from? I see some doctor in front of me, not even my own doctor. I see a whole new brand new doctor. And then she's like, honey, I'm gonna need you to push again. So I'm like, okay. So I grab my legs and I start pushing like for my dear life again. And then I pass out. So then every time I'd pass out and come back, she'll tell me to push. Keep pushing, you know? So I remember the last time I passed out and woke up, she was like, okay honey, I'm gonna cut you because the baby is losing oxygen and we need him to come out. So I'm like, oh my god, okay. I'm like, do whatever you have to do. So she cuts me. She's like, I need you to give me a big push because he's losing oxygen. So the minute I hear he's losing oxygen, I'm like, shit. So I grab my legs and I push for my dear life, you guys. Like I didn't even stop for a breath or anything. I just kept pushing to the point that I black out. And then I woke up, I hear him crying.
Quarters. 18 and 3/4? Yes. So the placenta is afterwards,
I remember my husband's like, you did it, babe, you did it. I'm like, yay, can I see him? Because they didn't put him on top of me for some reason. They didn't. They took him and they took him to I don't even know what they were doing. All I remember was like, oh my god, okay. I felt so much relief, you guys. Like I don't even know how to explain the relief. It's like, wow, you know, I'm done with the pain. And then all I remember was my mom, like she goes through all the crowd of the doctors everywhere. She comes up to me, she's like, Yasmin, make dua, your Jannah is open right now. Apparently your Jannah is open when after you give birth, like your du'as get accepted. And I'm like, what? I'm like so loopy because apparently they put morphine on my IV, so I was completely high, you guys. Like I was somewhere else, you know. So she's like, make dua, Yasmin. So with my high ass, I'm just in the background like, may the world become a good place, may Allah bless me. She's like, okay, whatever, make dua that you go to Jannah, blah blah blah. She's like, make dua for your child, da da da. I'm like, may Allah bless my child. I'm like loopy, I'm so high, you guys, and she's just speaking to me. I'm like, okay mama, just make my dua for me because I can't think right now, you know. And then all I kept hearing him is crying. I kept hearing him cry. So I'm like, I asked my mom, I'm like, why is he crying so much? Is something wrong? And she's like, no, it's okay. It's good for the baby to cry. It's good. Like there's air going into his lungs and stuff. And then I look down and then I see the doctor just stitching me up. I'm looking at her, I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I'm just stitching you up, honey. I'm like, okay. And then I remember where she was like closing me up, I felt the sharpest pain that I kicked her. She's like, oh, it's okay. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. She's like, no, it's okay. After all that, you guys, they put him on top of my chest. After they like take his weight and his height and all that stuff, they put him on my chest to do skin to skin. And all I remember is, take him off of me. I just want to sleep, you guys. I just want to sleep. I don't want to hold him right now, because somebody please take him away. My husband was like, no babe, you gotta do that skin to skin. I'm just like, I just want to sleep, because I was so high, you guys. All I was thinking about is sleeping. They were telling me, they're like, oh, baby's hungry, because apparently, you guys, Mahd came out, and I even have a video to show you guys. Mahd came out the womb looking for my titties, you guys. He was literally like,
a nipple.
Till this day, he's still like that. He's a fatty. Anyways, they were like, baby's hungry, he needs some milk. It was like a lady, and I forgot what her job is called. She was like, honey, I'm gonna teach you how to latch the baby onto your boobs and breastfeed him. There was so many positions. They were like the football position, and then the normal one that you just hold them like this and, you know, breastfeed them. And then I remember Mahd did not want to latch. Like, he had a hard time latching, you guys. I kept saying, can you please latch? I want to sleep, and you're interrupting my sleep. And then after like I think 30 minutes and everything, they took him from me. Like, okay, we're gonna need you to rest. And then all I remember was waking up and so many people around me, you know, congratulating me, da da da. And I was like, oh my god, I really did it. I survived with no epidural. Like, I'm really a survivor. So guys, after like the night, I remember I was like, okay, can I go see my baby? Because a lot of people didn't know this, because I didn't really feel comfortable sharing it with people. Only like my family and my friends knew this, and the people that came and visited me in the hospital. Mahd was born really small. He was born underweight, so they had to take him to the NICU. I remember after everything, I was like, okay, can I go see my baby? Because I really didn't see him because I was so high. Like, I didn't even know how he looked, you know. And everyone was like, he's so cute. I'm like, I haven't seen him, I want to go see him. So I remember I was walking to the NICU, and I went to go see him, and he was in this little incubator, and he was the cutest thing ever. Like, I was like, I really made this. Like, he's mine. Like, that's my baby. It kind of really hurt seeing him wired all up and the IV on his head to get the fluids that he needed. Like, it hurt, but at the same time I told myself, I was like, no germs could attack him or anything. I did stay with Mahd in the hospital for 10 days. After like 3 days they discharged me. So I had to stay an extra 10 days in the hospital for him because they wouldn't let him go home. A lot of people were like, you can just go home and the nurse would take care of him. And I was just like, I didn't feel real comfortable leaving my baby in the hospital while I go home and just let a stranger take care of him. I'd rather me want to be in the room and, you know, see how to take care of him. I remember the cutest moments when I first changed his diaper. It was like a little black poop. And I was like, is this normal? And they're like, yeah, the baby's first poop is black. After 10 days, alhamdulillah, got home and it was literally the best. My life changed after that day. Yeah guys, that's my labor story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, leave a comment below on videos that you guys want me to film for you guys. Maybe I could film like update of how Mahid is now because he is 10 months. I know this is a very late video. See you next time.